A very good evening to one and all. I, Ruby Gill, welcome you all, the attendees and the prestigious speakers on the behalf of lovely professional university for today's webinar on the topic New Age Specializations in Computer Science Engineering at LPU. Today, you will savor a feast of knowledge from our revered speakers. So allow me to introduce them. Professor Sami Anand, Deputy Dean and Assistant Professor, Head, Department of Training and Placement, Lovely Professional University. Postgraduated in Computer Sciences, he is a dynamic personality with a demonstrated history of working in the education management industry. He is skilled in cloud computing, process automation, mobile application development, student skill development, planner, programming, lecturing, and curriculum development. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you, Ruby.
Additionally, I would like to welcome our admission expert, Dr. Chirag Sharma, Assistant Professor, Lovely Professional University. He is doctorate in Computer Science and Engineering, having 10 years of experience in LPU. He has 45 research publications in areas of image processing. So today, he'll give you an insight of fee, eligibility, scholarship, and infrastructure of the university, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. So thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. So with this, we'll begin today's webinar. So over to you, Professor Sami Anand, for the content of the day.
Thank you, Ruby. So the idea is very clear from the topic that we need to understand the specializations that are there in computer science engineering. And when we add that at the rate LPU, we want to say that what we are doing to cater this changing need that the industry has. So if I talk about the need that the industry has changed, so if I say what happened in the last 5 years, I would be saying it totally wrong, because whatever happened during this pandemic era, which is the last 2 to 3 years. So as soon as the pandemic hit, there was a surge that we saw in the computer science industry, because everything had to move online and everything had to be executed through the online mode, because the physical interactions were limited given the scenario of pandemic. Now with that, the computer industry or the IT industry accelerated, I would say, by at least a decade in that two years. So the specializations came up rapidly. So the specializations were growing over the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years at a very steady pace. But when pandemic happened, the pace got accelerated, I would say, with a nitro gas engine, and there was every need that came up was with the specialization. So earlier, if the companies would request students or would request for a skilled person in a particular area, would have been in a manner that, okay, if he knows it, it's good, then it's an addition. But then it became a necessity that they need a guy who understands data science, they need a guy who's good at cyber security. So all of this became a need, and becoming a need gave this rise to the new age specialization. And the rise is so much now, I would say, that every company which is there is facing the heat, and they now want all these skilled resources. And that's where you see so many employees switching companies and getting good packages and all. Okay, so now let's understand why this new age specialization actually came into play. So as I said, with so much happening around the tech industry, these new opportunities came up, and with this new specializations, there were, I would say, huge opportunities that came into the existence. If you earlier were not a good particular coder, you had limited opportunities. But now, with the specializations coming in, with basic understanding of coding, I'm saying basic understanding. So no coding is still no option. Basic understanding of coding, if you can write a basic program, you still have a lot of opportunities in a lot of different fields which are there. Now, I've highlighted only the top six fields which are there right now and the most demand by most of the organizations. There are a few more which are growing and which will grow in the next 7 or 8 years span. But these are the ones which have already started gaining pace and will be the front runners coming 3 years down the line. And that's what is important for you, because you're going to take admission this year, and when you pass out after 4 years, you need to look and target the technology which would be in demand after 4 years. So if a technology is in demand today, it might not be there in 4 years down the line. Then if you study that technology and pass out after 4 years, no use. So you need to target those technologies which are started with their demand and in 4 years are going to be the, I would say, indispensable technologies by any company that is there. So with that, data science being one, software methodology and testing, it's always going to be there, because if you're getting new applications, if you're getting new softwares, there is no way you are not going to release them without testing. So testing is an evergreen field that's going to be there. And the notion which testing is not a good field is totally wrong, because there's a lot in testing and there are a lot of careers that you can aim in the testing, and we'll talk about that. Mean stack web development, machine learning, artificial intelligence, cyber security, and cloud computing. So if I say out of these, which are the most ones which have got already a lot of attention with a lot of companies and people, I would say, is cloud computing. Second, science, data science. Mean stack web development. Third, it's now the jobs that are coming up with mean stack web development or merge stack web development are so huge that there are people who are getting premium, because there's now students are less, and the job opportunities are more in this area. Same goes with machine learning and artificial intelligence, but it's a bit of niche technology and specialization, I would say, where you need to be a bit above the rest in all of these. And then comes cybersecurity, another growing field with everything going online. The cyber area getting so complicated day by day. You need cybersecurity experts so that you could be secure. And with every application you are using, this is something which is very important. And with every new growing field in the cyber arena, cybersecurity is going to grow with it. Okay, now let's talk about all of these technologies, what actually they do, and how and which career opportunities you are looking at. Now, the word is important. We're not talking about placement. We are talking about career opportunities. And for some of them, we'll also see the industrial implementation, that where they are actually being used. So career opportunities in data science. So data science, I'll give you a brief which you would understand and will be able to relate to it very easily. So data science is something in which you are taking decision for businesses based on the data available. So it could be very simple, that how much sale of a cold drink happens during summer and how much sale happens during winters. So if a particular month, with the rise in mercury every time, how much production should be increased to meet the demand? ACs are going to be used a lot during summers, and the companies are stocking up, and the dealers are stocking up that product. How much should I stock? How many ACs we sold last year? What was the maximum temperature that went last year? What is the prediction this year? How many new households have been developed in the area? Based on that, a good business owner can take decision based on this data, and how to analyze this data and all comes into the area of data science. Now I'm talking about very small examples which you can relate to. Now there are very big examples. Now let's take a very recent example. I hope everyone has been reading about the Twitter takeover by Elon Musk. How did Elon Musk made a choice of $44 million only? What numbers they crunched, what future predictions they saw, what details they had in mind, were all based on this particular logic of data science. He said that the Twitter needs to prove all those spam accounts which are there, as stated by them during the filing of their company, and if it remains same, he will buy it again. Why? Because he had some logic based on the data, that if these number of audience are there on Twitter, I buy it for 44 billion. What kind of strategies I'm going to apply and what kind of returns they're going to give. All of it comes through this particular data science, and based on that, the decisions are taken. So starting from a very small division to a local industry player in your area, to big tech companies, data science is something which is going to grow like anything. And which opportunities you can go. You can start as a business intelligence manager, then you can move up to analytical manager. You can go to business analyst, data administrator, data architect, and then become a data scientist. And these are growths. So if you think that by doing data science in a university and you're going to get a data science position, data scientist, that's not possible. You might get a data analyst, you might get a data administrator based upon how much intuitively you went through that particular technology and how much experience you gained, how many projects you did. All of this will decide which I would say ladder step you land on. But again, if the top notch is there, you might not get top notch on day one, but you'd have to work for it, and within a few years you will reach that position. And again, it depends on the experience, it depends on the projects that you have done in your university during your academic years, and that's how you get to a better position. Okay, now let's talk about the industrial applications. I already gave a lot of examples. So a lot of recommendation system, price comparisons in gaming industry, speech recognition, route planning, which is Google Maps, fraud and risk detection, self-driving cars. Everywhere data science is being used. So there is no area where data science cannot be directly applied and you will not have a benefit of it. Now, software methodology and testing, evergreen, never going to run out of I would say opportunities that is there, because this is something which is I would say always a caveat that comes with the software. If you're building a software, you need a software tester to test it and tell you the things which you need to correct. Software test engineer is needed, quality assurance analyst is needed. So these are the top 3 most sought after positions which you can even get after your degree straight away. So in software engineering, if you have done good, if you have, what you can do is very simple. There are a lot of freelancing work, there are a lot of websites which they throw for software testing because they need people to test. So you can become a software tester in a small project, you can test, you can give your feedback, and that's how you grow in this particular arena. Your friends would be doing projects, you will test and you can write them in your resume that, okay, this was a particular project developed my friend and I was doing the testing and analysis and quality assurance for this particular project, and this improved from this version to version 2, and these were the suggestions I gave based on this logic. And that's what a software methodology or a software testing expert does. So this is a field which is going to be there every software that comes into market, and it's going to grow because with the explosion of need of digital I would say tools to work around because of the pandemic, each tool needs to be tested, each tool needs to be authorized that, okay, yes, this tool is working as per it needs, it's not taking extra data, it's taking only the data that is needed. All of those things needs to be checked and updated, and then a software is released into the market. So who will be doing that? The testing engineers will be doing that, and it is a very, very important field which is in very high demand at the time. Then career opportunities with mean stack web development. Mean stack trainer, you could be there, that's someone who likes teaching. Mean stack web developer could be there, web developer, web designer, and you can be an entrepreneur if you have that niche that, okay, you can come up with a application which is helping other applications build their softwares or build their modules. That is where you can have that entrepreneurship nudge. So if you talk about all those websites which help you web designing and all, with the web hosting like GoDaddy.com, Big Rock, all of these websites help you develop your own website as well. So you can be an entrepreneur in that manner, where you can create tools which would help other develop their modules for their applications. So that is something which you can do. And all the companies, all the softwares now are coming up in a manner that they need to be run online as well as offline. So both the manner are there. So it needs to be a desktop application, it needs to be a web application, and it needs to work in the same manner. And that's where this comes into play. The software mean stack web development, that where you learn. Mean stands for Mongo, Express, Angular, Node, 4 different techs put together. Learning both of them, you can build an application from scratch to the, I would say, the release version of that, and then with that you can go and get good opportunities into the market. Now, application, you can help with website publishing, you could be good with advertising, any e-commerce, social networking site, any website development. All of these are the industrial applications that are there for a mean stack web developer. Career opportunities with machine learning, software engineering, software developer, business intelligence developer, data scientist again, computational linguistics, human-centered machine learning designer. So all of these are the opportunities that are there for someone who is going into the machine learning or the artificial intelligence domain. Now, most of this are towards machine learning. If you say data scientist is repeated, a data scientist could be an expert in machine learning, which is developing new algorithms for data scientists to use, or a data scientist developing these algorithms based on the data that is there. So again, that's why data scientist is there. So data scientist will not only be someone who is good with numbers, but will be someone who's also have the ability to apply those algorithms which are there and then develop those algorithms or modify those algorithms to specific custom needs. That's where machine learning comes into play. Industrial applications like anything, be it finance, be it healthcare, travel industry, social media, translation, text generation, retails and logistics, automation, robotic systems, pipelining, production, agriculture, personalization, recommendation. All of these are the industrial application when it comes to machine learning. Then for cybersecurity, cybersecurity consultant, penetration tester, malware analyst, cyber threat management, cyber intelligence analyst, information security analyst. You could be a freelancer if you want in cyber area. So all of these are the opportunities which are there when it comes to cybersecurity. Application everywhere: defense, automation systems, retail, banking, Internet of Things, automotive sector, e-commerce, intelligence agency. All of them need the cybersecurity, and these are just the ones which are the major ones. If you say any particular web application that is there needs cybersecurity experts to ensure that their application is secure and the data will never be compromised by a third party. Now comes the part which I say is our great LPU. So how we are enabling our students to come up, learn these specializations, and then be the ones who lead these specialization when they go out of the campus. Now, the way is very simple. We have regular programs, which is a normal BTech CSE ID program, which is the vanilla program which all universities across, I would say, India offer. Now, then we have something which is work integrated program. This is something which is a very interesting thing which we started this year. Then we have honors programs with industry collaborations. Then we have industry collaborative program. There's a hint of difference between two. One is an honors degree, one is a simple BTech CSE degree with industry collaboration. So that's the difference between these two, but detail we'll go ahead and talk. And then there is the international credit transfer program. So this is students who are studying half of the degree in India and half of the degree outside. So this is not something which we are focusing on, but we are focusing on these four, which is there. And I'll wait till I discuss or start with the regular program discussion. That would give you a clarity that should you choose a specialization or should you not choose a specialization in CSE. So wait for that. Now, work integrated or the job assurance programs that we are calling. Now, in this, if you look at, we have two programs that are there, which is, this is the one which will be launching very soon, and you would be able to go ahead and take admission to this program as well. But this is the one which we have already started. The admissions have already started with. Now, in this, 50% of the courses that are there, the curriculum is delivered by either current or ex-industry practitioners. Work integration in 6 out of the 8 semesters of your degree program. This is the program where we are aiming to create future industry leaders, and the graduates who take this program have 3x average salary as compared to the regular graduates. Now, the program which is already there, which is the BTech CSE AI and data engineering with futurists. So the specialization that you are getting is this AI, artificial intelligence, and data engineering. This is the program which we have launched in tie-up with futurists. Now, what is the USP of this program? You get structured learning path in each year, what you're learning and what you're understanding. And with this, at the time when you enter the first semester, you get an offer letter with you that is going to be executed at the end of your degree with a commitment of 12 LPA. So you get a package of 12 LPA confirmed. The conditions are mentioned in that particular offer letter in the very first semester, that if you meet all these conditions, you are going to get a 12 LPA package, which is there. And for the 12 LPA package, it's not that you will need 9 CGPA or the condition is 8 CGPA and 90% performance in your projects that you're doing. So if you are doing good at that, then the 12 lakh offer is guaranteed to you at the very start of your semester. So this is something which is unique that has come up, that in a BTech degree in the very first semester, you get over that placement anxiety, and with the specialization in mind, which is going to be there in demand in 4 years, and a package in hand that if you perform at this level, you get this particular package, is already assured to you on the very first semester. That's where the student gets into their comfort zone and they are able to perform better. So that anxiety of what would happen in 4 years, I need to perform well, and how much do I need to perform, I need to be better like this, better like that, all of that is clear. You have the path set, you have the benchmark set, you have the milestone set. If you do that, you go ahead and get that 12 LPA package at the end of the degree. That's an assured package. Then during this degree, for 12 months, you will be on internship, and the total stipend that you will get on these 12 months would be approximately 2 lakh rupees. And it's a mandatory internship. So any student just passing their semesters with passing grades will be going for the internship. So internship is there for everyone. It's not that only top 100 or top 20 students or top 30. Every student getting the passing grade should be able to pass all the subjects will be getting the internship, and with internship you grow. Then we have honors programs with industry collaboration. Now, integrated, you go to the industry and you learn. There would be a lot of students who would not be able to go to the industry, or they don't want to go to the industry during the program. They say we have an entrepreneurial bent, we also want to explore entrepreneurship. So if you have that entrepreneurial bent, then we have these programs for you. In these programs, we have tied up in the industry. Specializations are taught during the course, and you are having an option to explore that entrepreneurship bent. Now let's see what. So we have 3 specializations: data science and data engineering. This is combination of data science and data engineering. It is with Transcorp Analytics, one of the leading data science companies in the world. Cybersecurity and blockchain. So blockchain is in a lot, I would say, demand with respect to the logic that is coming up of Bitcoins and all. But this blockchain is not that Bitcoin. This is the technology on which Bitcoin is built. And full stack software development with Geeks for Geeks. So these are the programs which are there. Now, if I talk about the specializations which are there and what advantages you get, let me talk about that. Obviously, these specializations, these benefits are always there. Specialization, industry certifications are included. You get seed money to start that entrepreneurship logic, explore that particular arena. Courses are taught by industry experts, and regular boot camps and course fairs would be a part of this degree. In detail, this is what it is. So boot camps would be something that would be a regular thing which will happen in this particular degree. So there would be camps that are set up by the company to give you the actual experience, how the things work, how the stand-up meeting happens, how actually the things are going on in industry, and what is expected out of the student. So with this, you will learn to execute, you will generate your ideas and all. There's a seed money of 20,000 given to all students to explore that entrepreneurship, design a program, write a software, you bring up a mobile application. For that, you would need a basic amount of money to do at the start. That amount is provided to all the students without any prejudice. And once you have done that, once you have come up with a model, you present it to a committee, and based on how much worth that work you have done and how much progress you see in your work, you can get a investment of 2 to 5 lakh rupees for your particular entrepreneurship venture to start. So you can start that, and then if you grow it with that, you can go ahead. We will have workshops in which things like Shark Tank would happen within the campus, and you're pitching it to venture capitalists from industry, and if your idea strikes in, you are out there starting your startup. And if it is for research, there's another 10,000 rupees grant for any kind of innovation or any kind of research activity that a student wants to do. You will be allotted with industry mentors, and then you can discuss with them and what you're doing good, what you're not doing good, and with the help of that, you can explore that entrepreneurial bent that you want to go for. And if not, you're already having the opportunity for placements that is there. So what happens in this? 30% specialization courses are there. Approximately 40% of the total courses taught by industry experts. You'll be undergoing at least 3 to 4 live projects, and then The certifications based on which specialization you choose are a part of your degree. So transcript, this is a diagram which explains data science very well. If you see, the computer science and IT technology is needed. You need the bit of maths, bit of domain knowledge in where you're applying that data science logic. Machine learning is there, and that's what overlapping is called data science. Cybersecurity, no need to explain. I've already talked about it a lot. So this is something which is there, which you need to understand is the use cases of blockchain. So blockchain is not only used in Bitcoins, but it is used for private messaging, IoT security, DNS, safety, and ways to avert the cyber attacks that are there, verification of physical infrastructure, provenance of a software. So these are the applications of blockchain which are there beyond and besides, I would say, blockchain, Bitcoins, which everyone is aware about. Full stack software development, this is majorly targeted towards the software development opportunities that are there with all the top tech companies. You can say Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Apple, all those companies look for people who have a bent towards software full stack development. If you have that bent that you want to be a software developer, this is the program that is for you, and it is partnered with none other than Geeks for Geeks, the leading, I would say, platform for students to have that niche skill to go for these companies. And everyone would have heard about it if you ask your seniors and all. Then the collaborative programs, as I talked about, cloud computing is one which is very important. So we have tied up with Google. So Google Cloud is Google Cloud Platform. It is what is completely called, and now it's turned to Google Cloud. So Google Cloud, we have tied up with them, and the BTech Computer Science in Cloud Computing is given in tie-up with Google Cloud. So you would be learning the Google Cloud and how it operates, how it works. You will be doing certifications of Google Cloud in the program, and once you pass out, you are the best bet for any company who's looking for a Google Cloud developer to go for if you complete this program. For cloud-based DevOps automation, it is Zebia we have tied up with, which is one of the leading companies when it comes to DevOps. Imagine XP for UI and UX, which is another growing field, is there. Big data analytics with IBM, and data science with machine learning with Upgrad. So these are the tie-ups with industry programs. You do not have that entrepreneurship bend in this. You do not get that seed money. Yes, boot camps, hackathons are a part of these industry collaborations. You would be taught by industry experts in this as well. All of those things remain same except for that part which is there as an entrepreneurial bent for the students. So as I told, specialization, certifications, mentors, real life projects, this help you make student the industry ready. And that's what is there the advantage for this industrial programs. Someone who's very sure I don't want to have the entrepreneurship logic, you can go for this industry programs. Then the International Credit Transfer Program, a very brief 2+2, 2 years in India in LPU, and then you apply for all the universities that open up that window, whichever university you get selected, you go for 2 years in that particular country and study there. So this is a 2+2 program that is there. Now, this is where what I asked you to wait for. So this is the core of computer science, the regular program of CSC IT. Now, what I want to highlight, these concepts which I have mentioned out here are the major concepts of a BTech CSC IT degree, and this would remain the same irrespective of any specialization that you have opted. So these basic courses, the basic concepts of CSC are the base of CSC, and all these specializations are built above it. Now, because they are built above it, all the code specialization, be it honors, be it industry collaborated, be it work integrated, I talked about, these courses are going to remain the same and are going to be a part of your curriculum. So if you're opting for a specialization, you do not lose out on the basic CSC opportunities and ideas which are there. So you're still good for any company looking for a Java developer. You're still good for any company looking for a software engineer by doing a cybersecurity degree. Why? Because the basics are there. So you are having two options ready for you. One, you can go for a basic CSC IT roles that are there. The second option, I also have a specialization which I've done, so I can go for a cybersecurity expert role. But someone who's going for a normal regular degree might not be the right fit for a cybersecurity profile. Why? Because they have not done that cybersecurity in depth. They have done the basic regular CSE with the basic concepts and a bit advanced concepts of these particular subjects in their degree. So if you're taking admission into a CSE degree and you have a specialization, you're adding advantage for yourself rather than having any disadvantage. So you're open for the regular CSE placements and everything, along with you're ready for that specialization. The pathways that we offer within university, you can choose a pathway either for corporate jobs in your degree or for government jobs, higher education, research, entrepreneurship, or study abroad, which I talked about. These are the pathways which you opt, under which you get the courses which you study. A bit about placement, a very small brief, just a few numbers. This was the photo which I showed was of the placement day where all the placed students before the pandemic, we enjoyed that placement day, and we hope this year we'll have students in campus and we'll be enjoying the same in the campus again. So these are very brief numbers for the 2022 graduating batch. Highest package 62.72, 3,500 plus offers generated, 400 plus companies visited for recruitment. 250 out of those companies offered a package above 5 lakhs. 110 recruiters, which only recruits from IITs, IIM, NITs, also recruited from LPU. So these are some of the key facts which highlight how good the placement is. Rest all these stats are available on our website in lpu.in. You just click on the placement and click on the stats. You will get all the details there. This is specifically for computer science. Some prominent recruiters which you want to get placed in: Amazon, Lowe's, Adobe, NASDAQ, all where our students got placed and all where the companies look for LPU students. These are the academic alliances we have with Google, Microsoft, Cisco, VMware, Oracle, Salesforce, Automation Anywhere, Dell EMC, Pega, CompTIA. So all the top brands, all the top associations which are needed are there in the campus to help you grow. For MOOCs platforms, Swayam, NVDL, MHRD, eBox, Simply Learn, other organizations which are mostly related to research, IEEE, IIT, and Computer Society of India. So this is all about the new age specializations that we have to offer and how we cater to the needs of the industry, with taking into mind that you would need these specializations at day one when you pass out of your program. So that's it, guys. We'll switch to I think so Dr. Chirag. So Dr. Chirag, over to you, and then we'll open up for Q&A.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an informative and engaging presentation. Yes, we will quickly move on to Dr. Chirag Sharma for the admission process.
So can you give me the presentation, right?
Yes, sir. Please give me a moment.
One second. Hopefully my screen is visible. Yeah. So as you can see that LPU has actually broken the record where total 13 students from Lovely Professional University participated in Tokyo Olympics 2020 and won medals for our country. If we talk about rankings, so LPU has been ranked 36th amongst all the top universities of India. We talk about campus life and exposure offered. So we LPU have hosted 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi sir. So it was held in 2019 from 3rd January to 7th of January. We explored the campus life. So we have hosted many convocations over there. Then 10 presidents of India and Afghanistan have actually inaugurated those convocations. Apart from that, LPU Startup School has been inaugurated by Shri Arun Jaitley sir. So it's a very vibrant campus where all life skills lessons are also taught to the faculties as well as the students. So we moved from real life heroes to real life heroes. So we had a visit of Shri Shah Rukh Khan sir, who was visited to promote his movie Chennai Express, and we had a visit of Mahendra Dhoni sir for the movie of his. He also promoted his movie in our campus. It's a very vibrant campus. So we talk about infrastructure. So you can see in your screen is a amphitheater, which is a very huge theater, open auditorium of which is having the capacity of 3,000 people, which is connected to various academic blocks as well as library also inside that. And we have one indoor auditorium, which is known as Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium, which is also having a capacity of 2,000 or more people. It's a fully air-conditioned auditorium. You see in your screen is an academic resource center, a 9-story building with all the necessities of all the daily needs which are accessible to the students. It is a uni mall. It is having a uni hotel inside it. So this is, as you can see, this is how our uni mall is actually looking like. We see over here in the picture is a library which has access of all the journals along with all the latest books to the students. Apart from that, we have a bowling field which is there in Academic Resource Center itself, along with gym facilities that we provide to the students. Apart from that, we have various labs which we have in our university, depending upon from discipline to discipline. Along with that, we have uni hospital, and right now in this pandemic, we must have these kind of facilities. So it is definitely accessible to all the students in the university in any case of need. We have a very huge indoor sporting complex, which has various indoor games such as swimming, badminton, volleyball, as well as shooting, squash stadium. Along with that, you can see this is how our campus looks from the outside, and it's a night view of our respective campus. Apart from that, we definitely provide residential as well as security services to the students. It is a ragging-free campus, and nobody can directly enter to the university. So there is a turnstile. They have to mark their. They have to just access their turnstiles with their respective ID cards, which are given to them, and by default, then they can actually enter in the university. Apart from that, we definitely provide residential facility to the students. We have around 6 girls hostels and 8 boys hostels, which is having a capacity of 20,000 plus. Apart from that, we have the facility of 1-seater, 2-seater, 3-seater, 4-seater availability, and food options such as South Indian mess as well as standard mess along with North Indian mess. So I am quickly moving to the eligibility and scholarship part of it. We're talking about computer science and engineering. So firstly, you just need to visit one link which is known as nest.lpu.in. Over there, by default, there are many options which you can see. But if you select engineering, so over there you have a BTech option. So I'm clicking BTech option. So there are many types of BTech. So since we were talking about computer science and engineering part, so I'm quickly moving, I'm scrolling it down, and then there is an option of computer science and engineering. Over there, we have many specializations, or we have various types of computer science engineering course. Like over here, we had a program details with tie up with Google, Intel, Dell MC, Bosch, as well as other fields. But since we are talking about the eligibility part of it, program details, if whatever program students want to choose, they can choose. If I'm using any, if I'm basically checking the over here on the right side, you can see BTech Computer Science Engineering courses there. And apart from that, there are specialized courses such as BTech Honors Computer Science with Cybersecurity and Blockchain, which is tied up with CompTIA, as sir already mentioned. So we have various highlights of all the programs. Since eligibility is something which is very important, which students should know in this time period, how they are eligible for a particular course. So eligibility criteria for CSE is where you must pass 60% with your +2 marks. Along with that, you must have physics, math, and English covered in those subjects. Along with that, you have to qualify our LPU test examination. So you have to basically qualify our LPU test examination. You have to apply for this thing. So there are certain dates that you need to apply for this particular part. Along with that, LPU test is not only meant for eligibility part; it is meant for scholarship as well. So firstly, I'll discuss about the scholarship part. So scholarship program. we have various scholarship which is provided not on the basis of 10th, 12th. It is also on the basis of LPU Nest and JEE means as well. So like for an example, I'm talking about scholarship on the basis of +2 and 10th examination. So if the student is getting, so the fees of this particular program, if we just check the fees is 1,20,000 for BTech CSE program. So again, then we talk about the scholarship part. The scholarship part over here is if you are getting 95% of marks in either +2 or 10, by default you will get the scholarship of 40,000 every 40% of your fees. It means 48,000 every semester. So this is a 4-year course. So 48,000 multiplied with 8. You will get, again, if you're getting 90 to 94.99% marks in either 10th and +2, you'll be getting the scholarship of 36,000 every semester. So 36 multiplied with 8. Again, you have scored around 80 to 89.9% in +2 or 10, you will get the scholarship of 24,000. So even if you're not falling in those categories, you have qualified our LPU Nest examination. So we do provide the scholarship on the basis of our LPU Nest examination, but you have to be in cutoff 1, cutoff 2, and cutoff 3. If you belong in cutoff 1, it means you have scored pretty good. So then you will get the scholarship of 48,000, means 40% of your program fees will be reduced from your 1,20,000, and again 30% along with 20% scholarship if you belong in category 2 and category 3 cutoff. Apart from that, we do provide scholarship on the basis of your JEE mains marks, because as you have appeared for JEE mains, again, if you are having the percentile of 95% or more, or 90 to 95 percentile, or 85 to 90 percentile, you'll get the scholarship of 48,000 to 24,000 every semester. So the important dates must be discussed. The important dates to apply for LPU Nest, it's already started from 11th of April onwards. The last date to apply for our LPU Nest examination is 25th of May. So slot booking will be starting from the moment you apply. The slot booking has already started from 25th April onwards. The date of examination is till 31st of May. It has started from 15th of May to 31st of May. So you will get the results on 6th of June, and over there we will start with our online counseling and seat allocation part. So that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chirag, for such a detailed information about the admission process. And now, Professor Sani, if you permit, can we take a few queries from the attendees?
Sure, we can go ahead.
Yes, sir. So there's a question from Vivek Chaturvedi. He wants to know what is the difference between industry related and normal CSE apart from the fee.
So if I talk about the difference between industry related and a normal program, in a normal program, all these courses are being taught by the faculty, and the student goes to the regular curriculum that is there for the university. In an industry ready or an industry collaborative program, there are specializations that are added, which are there taught by the industry people and from those industries which are the leading players in that particular area of specialization. For example, CompTIA from cybersecurity, Transform Analytics for data science and data engineering, AI and data engineering by Futurance, and Google Cloud for cloud computing. So these are the programs which are being taught by industry experts, and the curriculum is decided in line with the industry requirement with the company which is going to teach these courses to the students.
Thank you so much, sir. So there's another question from Ankit Mahajan. He wants to know which program is preferable if he wants to start the live project from very first year.
So there would be an industry mentor who would be allotted to the students after their first semester, not in the first semester, but after their first semester. So those industry mentors would be doing this particular task. So if a student who has that ideology or bent towards doing a live project in the very first year, so they can go ahead and do it from the second semester, they can talk to their industry mentor, they can discuss the idea, what kind of things that needs to be done, what kind of pre-preparation is required, and then the industry mentor would guide them on all of this. With that, they would have the idea to start with the project. It might get over in the semester depending on the kind of idea that the students generate. Some might generate it in a way that it can go on for the next complete 3 years of their degree. So it's all open. In the second semester, the students can start with their live projects.
Thank you so much, sir, for resolving the queries of our attendees. With this, we conclude this webinar that was on the topic New Age Specialization in Computer Science Engineering at LPU. So thank you so much, experts. Your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful evenings for all the attendees. So on behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize this information provided in this webinar to take better decisions regarding admission. So once again, thank you so much, attendees. I enjoyed bringing this session to you, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much. So until next time, I, Ruby Gill, sign off. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Ruby. Thank you, everyone.